Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to see everyone here, and I'm so, honored to be here to present the studies that we've been working on. I'm leading an ongoing project about food and food waste project that supported by grant supported by New Jersey DEP currently. And it's a 2-year project. We are mapping out the excess food produced by all those excess food generators, like restaurants, like schools and colleges and hospitals and so on and so forth. And we are in the state of collecting the data and trying to develop a model and assess the inventories. So excess food inventories. That's what we are doing for the state. But here today, I would like to present this project that we have been working on. My student and I have been working on, and as invited by Gina. So I like to, if I may, I would like to share my screen with you. See. This one. I'm assuming that you're seeing my screen right now.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. Actually, this project started with, about a year ago, a couple of my students and I working on a project that requested by Casino Reinvestment and Development Authority in Atlantic City. And they asked us to develop this Atlantic County Food Insecurity Index for Atlantic County. So my student and I worked on this, and following their instructions, and they gave us this factors that they choose a list of the factors and gave us the weight, and trying to use that to calculate the index. So we developed the model and create this map for them, and which is online map, and showing where are the, I'm sorry, click the wrong thing, it went away. Okay. So this one is showing, where are the places where need the most of food, or actually food insecurity index actually. So this is the layer that I may show the index here. I'm moving aside a little bit as you see the color indicate the index. The index, we use the index. The index is just a relative measure of a level of risk where food insecurity is going to be a serious problem. So when Gina saw what we have here for Atlantic County, and of course I have a few tools here, and she asked me whether or not we can do a similar study of mapping food insecurity index for the 3 counties, like Camden County, Gloucester County, and also Burlington County. So we have done that, and the half of the work is done in terms of the mapping. We just have not put that in the web yet. The next step will be develop a web app, so we can put that online. So right now, this is the current status of this for Camden County. Actually, we have done also for Burlington County and Gloucester County, but I was choose to use this as an example to show what we have here. Of course, with the everything we have here is what I got from Gina. Gina had a discussion with her group and gave us the list of the weighting factors that are going to affect, are going to be used for calculation of the index. So these are the factors, for example, for Camden County. Then we used that and did calculation. This is the model we used for the calculation. Then this seems to be, we use a scale from 0 to 10 and calculate that, and the index showing this is where the index increasing from low to high in that area. And what people could do is click at the place where you like to see or you have more interest in. You see this one has the index of 0, and with all of those factors that involved in there, so have everything in there. But here is other places, if you click at it, and they will be, that's pretty high, that's a relatively high, almost the highest, and you see the factors involved in here. The unit here is just the percentage of population in each of these categories that we used for the calculation or the computation of the index. So the location of these are the location of food pantries and soup kitchen, where they can, for distribution of food in the local area. That's where it's located. So besides that, we also have included a few things like the distribution of health risk that could be affected by people's behavior, or like a cancer risk, and also the risk for coronary heart disease and diabetes and stroke. We just simply pick those 4 as an example, but actually we do have other data set associated with that. If I click on something, let's see, let me check off the others first. Let me zoom in, I guess. Once you zoom in, just a second. I want to click on a layer that show. Yeah, okay. So the potential data, the data set that we do have besides cancer, heart disease, and beside those 4, I already showed diabetes and stroke. We could also present COPD, smoking, depression, and obesity, those kind of things, if you wanted. So it's just a choice of that. So with that map, and of course, if you at the end, you have choice of choose which one to show, which one to not show. And of course, there's also, you could do a comparison of that. This is the comparison, again, I just using these 4 health risk for comparison. You can see that in the places where there was a low index, it's something like this. The diabetes, the green bar, is relatively about the same, or not very that much. But in the places where they do have a lot of food insecurity, the health risk for those people is really high, much higher than the others. If we're talking about diabetes, if you see those areas, the diabetes is just extremely high for those areas that with high risk of food insecurity. So this is just something, you know, for I think the information that we could provide county officials to give a consideration, you know, how to deal with this kind of issues, social issues in there. And just for comparison here, we could also choose, again, we will allow you to choose whether or not you want to see the location of state identified potential food desert. This is what state already identified food desert. So these are the things that information we will provide in this kind of a map, and that will be for both, I mean, for all three counties here. The information, I mean, the mapping part of that is pretty much already done. But what's left is is to make it like this, which will be, you know, published online. When it's published online, of course, this is just like something like this. You could pick and choose which one you want. I'm sorry, which one you want to show. That if you don't want to show countries, and you know, this is an income level percentage poverty line, you can pick and choose. Of course, you could also choose to show, I'm trying to move this up a little bit. Come on, okay. I have to see the whole, okay, here is the tools. You can change the background, of course, and with a different base maps, you know, for imageries, if you like to, you can bookmark it. In here, we have bookmark of Atlantic City that specifically we like to show the index and see the neighborhoods. And you could look for the nearby within 5 miles, any food pantries around within 5 miles, and you can search for routes from one place to another place, like from the one neighborhood to the nearest the food pantries, you know, to click on one place. And if you—
Dr. Fan, this is fascinating technology that you're and you are working on. We are running out a little bit of time, but
okay. Yeah, I'm just saying at the end, this is going to be something that will be put online, allow you guys to do. So that's the at the end of the project, but we expect it to be completed by sometime in mid-May or early May.
Great.
Yeah,
like I said, it's fascinating work, and I love the interaction between
I appreciate
the
any
things.
feedback for it. Let me stop sharing here. Okay, I'm done. Thank you. I appreciate your feedback.
Thank you again, and we look forward to continue our work with you on this endeavor, because I think this information from a social justice standpoint will be very important.